continuing on with the proportion segment of the notes, you may see multi-step problems when we're solving for proportions, but we can cross multiply and it's the same concept. So this is about as involved as it would get in setting up this problem. So you can see in the original problem I do it step by step, so we're still cross multiplying like we did in the previous section. Instead of just looking for the one unknown, now we have two terms on one side, at least one side of the proportion. So if you look here, if we cross multiply, we do 6 times this whole quantity x plus 3, which is writing it out like that, and then 4 times this quantity. Then we would distribute that. This could be the box method that some of you like. So again, you put the 6 on the outside, the x and the 3 here, 6x, and then this would be 18. So we write it out there. So again, the box method, if that helps you guys, 4x and 4, 4x and 16, which then we write inside the box method here. And then we're solving using inverse operations to solve for x. So after from here, you could subtract 4 from each side, subtract 18, whatever it might be. Again, wherever you start. So for this example, I subtracted 4x from both sides. That's how I got the 2x plus 18 equals 16, because those this one cancels out. Then you would subtract 18. That's how you get 2x equals negative 2. And then when you divide by 2 at the end, you get x equals negative 1. So this practice problem is the same setup as this one. Try that step by step. So we start by doing 2 times x minus 15. And set that equal to 10 times x plus 4, that quantity. Okay, we're going to use our box method to distribute. So we would have, when we just take the 2 times the x and 2 times negative 15, we get 2x minus 30 equals 10x plus 40. So now we have to get our constants on one side, our variable terms on the other side. So for example, if I added 30 here to that 40, then I would have to subtract the 10x. So I'm just doing this in one step now. So now we could combine all these like terms. 2 minus 10 will give us negative 8x. These equal 0. That's 0. And this will be 70. Then we can divide by negative 8 on both sides. We have x equals whatever 70 divided by negative 8 is. That gives us negative 8.75. All right, so that is the value of x that makes this true. If I do 8, negative 8.75 minus 15 and negative 8.75 plus 4, it comes out to 10 over 2, which would be 5. So that would make those equivalent. So take a look at these next two problems and give them a shot. All right, so pause it and go step by step, and then unpause it and check your answer as I go through these. So again, over here I have 14. I'm cross multiplying these two, so there's my 14 times x. All right, and now I have to cross multiply the 10, so I'm set that equal to 10 times the quantity of x plus 2. So you're always going to distribute. The box method again, if you wanted to do this, if this helps you. So 10 times x is 10x, 10 times 2 is 20. So we rewrite as 14x equals 10x plus 20. All right, so now over here, you notice that I only have the variable term on here, so I'm going to get rid of the variable term by this side by subtracting 10x. So 14 minus 10 is 4x equals 20. Divide by 4. X equals 5. All right, this one's just like the sample problem we did. We're just using y's instead of x. So I'm going to take 7 and multiply that by y minus 15, and equals 35 times the quantity y plus 4. All right, so take out your trusty calculator here. 7 times y is just 7y. 7 times 15, or 7 times negative 15, that would be negative 105, equals 35 times y, and then 35 times 4, that's a positive 140. And again, use the box method if you need to. Now we have two variables on one side, constants on the other. Typically what I found, you guys are looking for that negative so you can do the opposite add. It just stands out more, so I'll go ahead and start there. So you're adding 105 to both sides. And if you add 105 to this side, meaning that's gone, this 35 has to move over here. So we're going to do that by subtracting 35y. This is how you do it in one step rather than rewriting and then subtracting 35y as your second step. So again, whatever you guys find helpful or useful, you do that. So 7 minus 35, that gives us a negative 28y. So those are like terms. These add up to 0. These add up to 0. So equals 104 plus 105, that's going to be 245. Now we can take this and we divide by negative 28, and I get y equals, because these negative 28s equal 1, and then I have 245 divided by negative 28. It gives me negative 8.75. Wait a second. Well, it was just like the problem up here, I think we did, right? Negative 8.75. Oh, just randomly comes out to the same one. That was unintentional. Did not mean to do that. So again, basically what this means, if you wanted to check this, you could put negative, you could substitute this in for here. So if I did negative 8.75 minus 15, 8.75 minus 15, that gives me a negative 23.75. And if I put the negative 8.75 in for this y, I get negative, 8.75 negative plus 4. That gives me negative 4.75. All right, and then if I divide these two, I'm going to should get the same answer. So I know that 35 divided by 7, right? If I simplify this, that equals 5. So then if I take these two and divide them, that should also equal 5. So 23.75 divided by 4.75, moment of truth. If I did this right, it should equal 5. And there it is. So that's just a way of checking it. You do not have to do that if you're doing your math correctly. All we're looking for is what number makes that true.